This is Entertainment for Review, and today we're going to be taking a look at Boy Meets World Season 2, Episode 2. The episode is titled On the Fence. In this episode, Corey learns a couple of very important lessons. For one thing, he learns that sometimes when you want something, you have to work for it. But I think he also learns the importance of not trying to grow up too quickly, and sometimes you just need to be a kid. And he probably learns to appreciate a little bit of what his father does that he probably takes for granted. This episode also introduces the final character who's in the title sequence that we didn't see in the first episode, and that's Minkus, a character who's portrayed as more of a nerdy know-it-all. In this episode, the students in Corey's school seem to be planning a giant water war, and Corey finds out that he's seemingly the only kid in the school without a big water gun. Even Minkus has one, and Corey succumbs to peer pressure and says that he's going to get a water gun. When he goes home, he decides to try to ask his mother to buy him one. She agrees at first until she sees the price. Both her and Corey's father agree that it's too expensive and say maybe for Christmas. And Corey says that's great, in December he'll be the young boy spreading pneumonia. He's kind of got a point there. He goes upstairs and shares his frustration with Eric until he sees that Eric is playing with a new watch and he wonders where he got it. And he says he got it for himself with the money that he made from his job at the market that their father's the manager of. This gives Corey the idea to try to make some money to buy the water gun. He goes downstairs and asks his father for a job at the market, and his father says 1, he's too young, and 2, there's no openings. So Corey is in need of a backup plan, and he goes to Mr. Feeney. He first offers to shovel snow out of his driveway for the entire winter for $50 up front, which Mr. Feeney rejects. However, he does give him another proposition. He says he has some shutters that need to be painted, and offers to make Corey a very fair deal for it. Unfortunately, Corey's math skills fail him, so it becomes a very good deal for Mr. Feeney.
Times 8. What's that, like 58 bucks?
Corey does successfully complete the job of painting the shutters and receives payment, but he made a mistake. For as he was painting the shutters, he accidentally got paint on his parents' side of the fence that separates their yard from Mr. Feeney's. So Corey wants to go get his squirt gun and head off to the water war, but his parents inform him that he's going to be late because he has to fix the fence first. He's doing just that when 3 friends arrive: Sean, Minkus, and Ellis. He first tries to pull a Tom Sawyer by tricking his friends into helping him.
You say paint a fence, I say party.
And it almost works, except for the fact that Minkus is there, who has read Tom Sawyer.
Only one who read the summer reading list? Tom Sawyer?
And apparently, so is Corey. He then goes to another method and offers to pay his friends the extra money he got from Mr. Feeney, as well as to provide them lunch. This all seems to be going pretty well, until they perceive Corey to be giving some attitude, so they all decide just to bail out and go to the water war. This leaves Corey to finish the fence on his own, which he's working on, until Mr. Feeney notices that a drop of paint has dropped onto his side of the fence, and he wants Corey to remove it. Corey's a little frustrated and falls to the ground. In exasperation, his father comes and grants him a reprieve, after Mr. Feeney says that his father used to work him from sunup to sundown, and look how he turned out. Alan, not wanting that, tells Corey to be a kid and go to the water war. When he comes back, Eric is passed out on his bed. He's tired out from just working a half shift at the market and says he doesn't know how their father does it every day.
Today, I don't know how he does it.
Who?
Dad, 12-hour days.
All throughout this episode, you saw Corey's father doing things throughout the house that needed to be done, such as fixing the boys' bathroom, fixing the kitchen sink. And here he looks out the window and sees his father finishing painting the fence, so that Corey doesn't have to. And Corey seems to have a newfound appreciation for his father after all he had to go through in this episode. So at dinner that night, Corey tells his father, so even though he's an adult, he wants him to visit him as a kid from time to time, and he pulls out a smaller squirt gun and begins squirting his father. First he gets frustrated and says no water guns at the table, and then Corey reveals that there's a second water gun underneath the table in front of him. It reveals that he traded his larger squirt gun for 2 smaller ones. And we end the episode with the family devolving into an all-out water war of their own. I'll race outside, leaving Morgan, the youngest, sitting on the kitchen counter. Corey and Alan armed with the 2 squirt guns. Amy first has the hose from the sink and then goes outside with a squirt bottle. Eric grabs the hose outside. We can see Mr. Feeney defending his flower bed as Morgan calls the police inside. And that's how we end the episode. Another episode down, another lesson learned, and a new character introduced. We'll have one more main character to introduce that hasn't appeared yet. A little bit of character growth for others until the show really hits its groove. This, however, is a solid episode, and I would score it at an 8 out of 10. Please be sure to let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments section. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye out for my next video coming soon.